Hello, Bridging the Gap audience. This is David James. I just want to, before we actually have our guest on, just want to talk to everyone and first of all, thank everyone who tunes in to Bridging the Gap, who spends a little bit of their time just listening to what we have to say here. We're here to help to make sure that the community is well informed. We are not here to have our own personal agenda fulfilled, but just to make sure that what's going on is known to all the community. We appreciate every leader, whether community leader, elected leader, spiritual leader that we have on here. We appreciate each and every one of them taking time out of their day to first come out and be a part of the show, but most importantly, to serve. It's all about serving. Here in Bridging the Gap, we're going to be doing our best to make sure that if there's differences of opinion, whether it be on city or county level, even if we can help on state level, let's sit down and talk about it. You know, we can fix more things if we sit down and talk about it rather than getting on social media and throwing dirt at one another, and that's what Bridging the Gap is here to do, to try to bridge that gap between differences. You know, I find it really unique a lot of times when we have differences, if we truly just give time and maybe communication a try, a lot of times these differences that we have can be worked out. Well, anyway, we will have Councilman Jeff MERRITT on the show today, and again, I just thank each and every one of you for staying tuned. We will find out today whether or not he's running next time. We'll find out about Operation We Care. We'll find out how he feels about being elected, but most importantly, pay attention to how he responds when talking about you, because it's you that matters. Again, this is Bridging the Gap. Hello, welcome back to Bridging the Gap. My name is David James, and I'm here with Councilman Jeff MERRITT. Jeff, thank you for coming on.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
So, first and foremost, tell us a little bit about Jeff MERRITT, the man.
Wow. Well, I was fortunate to be raised by two World War II era parents who instilled in me at a very young age the value of being a positive influence in your community and volunteering and all that good stuff, helping your neighbors. But that was a different time back then. I think we've changed a little bit. That's unfortunately not the norm now. But again, I was very fortunate. So, you know, throughout my life, I've been involved in efforts too numerous to count, businesses, organizations, you know, just helping people work through problems, nonprofit arena, for-profit arena, personal arena. You know, I don't think there's any problem out there that can't be solved, and it's usually best solved by simply a discussion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said World War II parents?
Yes.
Did you ever serve?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I graduated high school in 1976, and that was when the Vietnam War was winding down, and so the draft was off. My older brother served in Vietnam, and my father served in World War II.
Okay.
And landed on Normandy Beach with General Patton.
Wow. So is that where the burden for working as far as like with Operation We Care come from?
That was part of it, yeah. 9/11 was a big catalyst to Operation We Care.
Tell us a little bit about Operation We Care.
So I started in October of 2007. At the time, the Salisbury National Guard and the Eastern National Guard were both deployed to Iraq, and we wanted to send them packages for Christmas that year with absolutely no intention of it being an ongoing effort. We just wanted to do something for Christmas that year and support the people away from their families and stuff like that. And we quickly realized that after we did the first packing that the community was very much behind something like this. So it's grown, and here we are 18 years later.
18 years, wow. Wow.
Yeah, we're proud to say we're a nationally recognized nonprofit organization. We work with people around the country every year on different projects, different things. Canines for the law enforcement community, fire departments. We got a lot of plates spinning.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good. I definitely see a lot of work you do around here as far as with Operation We Care. After being a councilman for about 2.5 years now, right?
Yep.
What have you learned about local politics?
Wow. That's a loaded question. I've learned, I've seen a lot of disrespect, which is very unfortunate. I've been disappointed a lot in a lot of people. People that I had a little more respect for previous to this. But, you know, at the end, it's all about serving the public, and you have to look at it like that. You can't take things personally. You have to do what you think is best for the most number of people. No decision is going to be right for everybody, and there's always going to be naysayers, and you just hope those naysayers are, you know, the fewest number possible. Yeah, it's been it's not that I've not been involved in politics previous to this. It's just been from a different perspective. I've spent many years going back and forth to Annapolis, testifying on different bills, on different things, mostly to do with business or Second Amendment stuff. But I'm just seeing things from a different perspective now, different viewpoint.
Got you. Have you done any going to Annapolis since you've been councilman?
Yes.
All right. Tell us about a couple of those trips.
Mostly business stuff. There was the business-to-business tax that was proposed in this fiscal year, and we were able to. That was a big day. That was a 12-hour day up there, and which is not uncommon in Annapolis. You talk to anybody that goes to Annapolis, you better buckle up, because it's a day. But it was a lot of people. There were so many people to testify on the business-to-business bill that they cut our testimony back to 90 seconds. So if you can imagine going to Annapolis and spending 12 hours only to spend 90 seconds speaking, that's not a lot of return on your investment.
That's less than at the council.
Yeah. So,
wow.
But we were successful in getting that. That wasn't approved, but they came back 2 weeks later with the 3.5% tech tax that we were not successful in beating down. So you don't win them all. It's like everything else. You don't win them all, but I believe you're never going to win if you don't fight.
Ooh,
so
it's good saying. Good saying.
In the world of business, we have a saying that you will never get 100% of the quotes that you don't send out.
Okay.
So it's the same thing up in Annapolis. If you're not engaged in the fight, I call it, then you won't win.
So there comes times where our elected officials do need to go fight for us outside of Wycomico.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I encourage anybody and everybody, whether you're elected official or not, to take time to understand what's going on during the legislative session up in Annapolis for 3 months, and go up there and register to testify.
They were taxing everything this year.
Yeah, they were.
Wow.
They were, and some we were successful in not getting not approved, but some we didn't win. So.
Okay. Do you see being in politics helpful? I mean, now that you are actually elected, do you see you being able to make an impact more as an elected official or in the private sector, if you will?
It's nice being part of the final decision process, because it gives you a sense of I don't know what the word is. It makes you feel like you've accomplished something, or not. We've had a lot of what I call controversial issues the past 2.5 years, whether it's appointments for positions or a biorefinery or whatever. And it's nice to be able to get in the fight, write the letters, have the meetings, make the phone calls, send the emails about these things that are going on. And it's nice to be able to have that communication. Not that you can't do that if you're not an elected official.
Sure,
you
sure,
can always
sure.
do that. I encourage people, send your emails, pick up the phone, call your elected officials. I talk to people every day in this county, all over the county, not just in my district. And
Wow.
they want to talk to somebody. They want to
Sure.
have somebody listen to them.
Wow. So your district right now is District 2, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And come around this next election time, I think the districts are changing. I've not seen it on the Board of Elections list yet, which I kind of find it hard for anybody who is running to actually register if it's not showing that yet.
Okay. If you go to the county website, wycomicocounty.org, you can click through the front page there. There's a link you can click on, and there's a map. There's the map of the current districts, and then there's the map of what the districts are going to look like after the election in 2026.
Okay, okay.
So, and you can, if you're not sure of where what district am I in, there's a block, you can type your address in and hit search, and it'll tell you what district you're in.
Interesting. It's kind of unique that I actually found out, just found out here more recently, that the way that they came up with the new minority district is minority is just black and white. There is no middle ground there. It's going to be interesting in 2030. I think the census comes around. Are we going to be changing it again? Or
it appears that, the census is coming in 2030. It's every 10 years. And I would suspect that in 2030, they might be redistricting again, so this current redistricting might only be in force for 4 years. So, we don't know.
Wow.
What they want to do is have each district within 5% of population of each other, so you don't have, like right now, all the districts have roughly 16,000 people. So you don't want to have one district with, 21,000 and one district with 8,000.
Well, that's a good point.
So, because, they want everybody pretty much close to each other.
I really would love to just sit down with whoever does these districting and find out how are they coming about it. And again, I kind of understand that why they have some of these minority districts, but minority nowadays, to me, it's a little more broader than just black and white.
There's a science to it. There definitely is a science to it.
Interesting. So with all the extra stuff, like you said, has went on the last 2.5 years, has there been much that's gotten done? I mean, I know you had some things that y'all handed out, and
the runway is the runway extension at the airport. That's happening.
Okay.
The big expansion. Renovation at the Civic Center, that's going on.
Yeah, I
We're
can tell.
the library,
road.
moving the health department. We bought a building for the Child Advocacy Center.
Sure.
That division's expanding, part of the state's attorney's office.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff happening.
Great.
The library's really, a lot of excitement going on about the library now, and of course the health department when that process happens and they start to renovate over there to the facility on Mount Herman Road. That's going to be exciting.
It's going to be unique.
Yeah.
Wow, it's going to be a lot of real estate that's going to be open downtown.
Yep. I believe so.
Okay. Awesome. Now,
What do they say? The only thing constant is change, right?
That is true. That is very true. Hopefully good change.
Yeah, we hope.
We
like good change. Yeah.
Now, looking back at your campaign promises of 2022, have you succeeded in achieving them?
All but one.
Okay.
And one of the ones that I don't know if it was a campaign promise, but it's something I've observed over the years. The county council and the executive's office have never really gotten along the way I think they should. Really? And I know that's a news flash, right? You can pick a reason, and most of those reasons are probably correct. But I think we need to remember we have a county to run. And I personally, I don't like drama. I do a lot of scrolling on social media. I don't.
You don't like drama, but you scroll on social media.
No, I scroll. Like I see
real fast.
I see something on social media, and it looks like it might be getting into the area of drama.
Okay.
I just keep going.
Keep going.
Keep it
going.
moving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I encourage everybody to do the same.
Sure.
Your mental health will be better for it.
So you would like to see that improve some?
Yeah. I would like to see the relationship between the executive and the council improved, so that there's constant communication, and I think the citizens will benefit for it, because if some of these issues could get worked out without all the lawyers and the drama and the lack of communication that we're currently seeing, that would be good.
Again, I'll say this again, I actually said it to the executive, I really would like to see 4 years of getting her done. Mm-hmm. Just 4 years. I do believe we have the potential in this county to do some great things. And we could actually become that new beacon of light for Maryland, but we need 4 years of getting her done. And that's going to definitely take communication and putting self aside. So,
yeah, we do have a lot of good things happening in the county, though. That,
absolutely.
It's not all the drama and controversy. That stuff just rises to the top because it catches people's attention. But if you get right down to it, there's a lot of good things happening. We got the property tax credit for the firefighters. That's a good thing.
Right.
Yeah, that's been a long time coming, and that includes the ladies auxiliary. So
yeah, they're very unappreciated. I mean, they do a lot.
Well, and that was the question when we went through that process. Are the ladies auxiliary included? And of course, in our mind, it was yes, but we had to officially find out that the ladies auxiliary fall under the same point system as the fire companies do. And so if they get their 50 LoSAP points a year, just like a firefighter does, they get the tax credit, as they should.
Okay. How confident are you that we will be able to remedy the problem at the landfill within a year?
I think we will. Adam Corey is, I think Adam's the right guy in the right position. 20 years of experience with MDE. You can have all the certificates and diplomas hanging on the wall, but nothing replaces experience. So that I think his knowledge in the industry is invaluable, and I think he's got the ideas to the solutions that are what I call actionable.
Sure.
They're not dreams. They can actually happen.
Oh yeah.
That's what I mean by actionable. It's unfortunate that we seem to be coming out of the gate a little late. In September of 2022, we were, the documentation that we've seen shows that we were clear for design and engineering for Cell 7. That was September of 22, just a couple months before the election. So the question now is, why are we halfway through 2025 and we haven't started Cell 7?
Sure. Now, from what I understand, there were some cells that have been created during your time in office.
Yes. So I guess since the start of our administration,
like 8 and 10, maybe.
9 and 10 were constructed, filled up, and covered. 8 is where we're at now.
Okay.
And then 7's right next to it.
Okay.
So the problem is what we've been told in the past is not what we're being told now. So there's a little confusion on the messaging. In August of last year, Solid Waste came before the council and said that we had 4 to 6 years left. Well, here we are a year later, and we're being told we have a year left. So the math isn't adding up.
Now, was Adam in?
Adam was not on board last year.
Okay, so it's been some changes since then.
And
I got you.
The other problem is with Public Works, we've had 5 different people quote, leading public works since the start of the administration.
Okay.
So that naturally that brings on some confusion. Who's doing what? Who's in charge? What's going on? There's those questions.
Sure.
With cell 8, which is the cell we're on now we're being told we have about a year left. Whereas a year ago we were told something different. In January of 2025, January of this year, we received what's called the 10-year comprehensive report.
Right.
And in there, it specifically states that the Newland Park landfill is adequate for the needs of Wicomico County for the foreseeable future. Well, that's a quote right out of the report that we were given. So, we've gone from that. We've gone from 4 to 6 years, good for the foreseeable future, to July, we have a crisis. How did we get from good to crisis in 6 months? So,
well, and here's a question I want to ask. I mean, I didn't never think of this like right now. 6 months ago, what's the difference between now and 6 months ago?
Well, exactly. I think, we've heard a lot of things. We've heard out of county waste is contributing to the problems at the landfill. When we asked how much out of county waste is actually coming in, do we know? Is there a calculation? We're being told an estimate of 5 to 10%. So, but that's an estimate. I don't know that there's any way to tell. I mean, if you dump a load of trash, and there's a pizza box from Ocean City in there, how do you know that the people weren't eating pizza in Ocean City and they brought the leftovers home to Hebron to eat and then throw the box in the trash?
Well, yeah, because I done construction and we usually never didn't do anything here. Ocean City's actually booms during the summer. But here's my thought, though. Within this last 6 months, we've had a change in administration on the federal level. And there's been a lot more construction. There's been a lot more work going on. I mean, again, I don't have the degrees that Adam has, but would this have something to do with the amount of trash increasing?
It could be.
It's a lot.
It's funny. One of the questions that we've been asked is, there's been a effort over the past almost 2 years now, year and a half, to pick up roadside litter. Well, I can tell you that every time we go out and do one of those, we pick up 600 to 1,000 pounds every time we go out. Well, if you do that, I was asked, do you think that's contributing to the landfill? And I don't think so, David, because that's really, it's a lot. You see all these bags piled up, but 600 to 1,000 pounds a couple times a month, I don't think that's contributing to the litter the trash in the landfill.
Well, and I can tell you, and you know this about with me, I'm being from District 2 area. Back in the past, you would see a lot of old couches and stuff on Royal Oak Road and on Weeksepquin Road and all these roads. And here lately, I mean, we got great people down there like Rachel Anderson and I think, what is it, Wicomico Clean and all of them. And actually, I think even your group.
Yes.
You're on the side of the roads and you're cleaning up a lot more. But I can tell you by going down there, because I spent a lot of time down there still, I don't see as much on the side of the roads. So it seems like either somebody's being more disciplined or they found a new place to dump.
I think what's happened over the past couple of years, and we knew this, when Bruce Robson and Mark Engberg, I would meet with them sometimes weekly over different things, and I said that the hardest hurdle that we're going to have to get across is the public awareness. And we asked the executive to put the Wicomico Clean logo and a little slogan like "Stop Littering" on all of the county's electronic signs all over the county. There's one at the Civic Center. There's electronic signs in front of the health department, just to try and get that messaging out. So I think it's taken a while, and we're not done yet, but I think the public awareness is up. I think people are a little bit more conscious now about litter.
I think we need to, and I'm glad of that. I really, I think it was a while back I was talking to the executive, and we were talking about maybe even hiring somebody to take care of litter. And my thought then was this: why don't we get with the Christian shelter, get some of these people that don't have jobs, get them out there and help cleaning. And granted, we need to stop, but unfortunately, you're still going to have a couple people throwing things out of their window. But we need to be more proactive on keeping our area clean. Now, as far as with the landfill, I'm also hearing that there's actual places that they started digging that they found trash that's been covered.
Yes.
So where's the records from back in the day?
Well, recently we celebrated the 50 years of service of Mr.
Corbin.
Ronald Corbin.
Great young man.
Mr. Ronnie, he's called. And, I was talking with him about the changes that he's seen in 50 years.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? And I said, so what was the landfill like back then? He said, well, we'd take a backhoe and we'd dig a trench. And then the people would back up to the trench and they dump the trash, and then we'd take a bulldozer and push the dirt back on it, and then drive over it and pack it down.
I remember that.
And that was the landfill. But that was then. This is now.
They filled the land.
Yeah. That and there was no liner. There was none of that scientific stuff. But that was then. The population wasn't 107,000, 105,000. What we are now. Different time.
Sure.
Yeah,
different way.
I had a great time talking with him. He's a great man.
It's unique you said that, because I actually brought it up to the executive. I said, tell you what, if you want to find out where we went wrong, talk to the man that's been there for 50 years.
Yeah.
Actually, I joke around, but I'm pretty sure my dad could tell you some stories too, because he's up there every day. Mr. Corbin is really good friends with my dad. My dad's been at Purdue for 50 years, so anyway. So District 2. Place that I love, and right now you are the councilman from. How's the relationship with you and the task force and Joe Lappin and the guys down there, and young ladies down there?
Yep, I talked to Joe. I talked to Dave King. I think the big push down there is this proposed state park. So a lot of questions.
Yes.
Not a lot of answers yet, but I understand they're coming. So, Joe's a good man. Dave, they're doing a good job leading that effort down there.
Absolutely. Yep. Actually, you also used to speak to, rest in peace, Kim Box.
Yes.
You did a lot of work with her and Jody Erb.
Spoke often,
Yeah, she was very big part, and still is, of down there. And she definitely would not go unremembered, you know what I mean? Well,
and I think the Watipkin pier down there, that beautiful dock that they've put up down there.
It is beautiful.
That they've done a great job down there. That was actually, we did a litter clean with Rachel Anderson. We did a litter cleanup down there. And that was I had a good time that day.
Wow. Well, I mean, we're about to be through here, but I know the question that everybody's wanting to know. And I know at one point someone told me that you said you are not, actually, the comment you made is, and I think I remember you saying this, I did not sign up for all this, which it was a lot of stuff that's going on.
I thought you were going to ask me what's for dinner.
Well, what is for dinner? I'm hungry. But no, I remember one day it was a lot of stuff going on at council, and you said, I didn't sign up for this. When I decided to run, I did not sign up for all the bickering. So I want to ask you now, as everybody's getting ready to run, as we know that you're going to be District 7, who we now are hearing, I don't see it on paper yet, Megan Alton is running in. Will you be running?
I don't know. I've got a lot of options available right now. Retirement being one of them. So
I need a more definite.
Now, I'll let you know after I let my wife know. I got to let her know first.
That was a good comeback. That was a good comeback. Well, let me ask you this: do you feel like you're not done yet, as far as there's still work that you want to have your hands on? I'd
like to do more. There's more to be done.
I think I just made your mind up for you.
Yeah. But retirement's looking good. I've got a bucket list, and you can't do the bucket list items when you own a business. So
Well, it's kind of unique that you said you got this list. And when I was talking to the president of the council, John Cannon, he said, well, I'm looking forward to retirement. I've got a bucket list.
Yeah.
Are y'all in the same bucket? And is this bucket on the back of a boat?
I think they're two different buckets. Two different buckets.
Wow.
But,
Wow.
David, I don't know. I will. I suspect I'll make my mind up in the next couple months.
I mean, is there something pulling you towards doing so? Because again, we already know that there's been a lot of just tangling up with everything going on, but is there something that's got you saying?
I'm being pulled in a lot of different directions right now.
Okay.
So, with retirement being one of them.
This man, he's firm in what he says, y'all.
I've been working since I was 10 years old.
And what are you, 40 now?
I'm 66.
66.
So I've been working for over half a century.
Okay.
That's a pretty long time.
Okay. So does that mean that Operation We Care, are you going to be doing that still?
That'll keep going no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I got two last questions before we close out. And the
I
first
thought that
one
was the last question.
Well, I'm a reporter.
Okay.
Come up with more.
All right.
Here's the one. If you could think of one trait about the executive that you like, what would it be?
She's a fighter.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the other one is, where's a good place to get dinner in Salisbury?
Oh my goodness. There are shop local, baby. Shop local.
Okay. I mean, any place in particular?
I go to all local businesses. I'm not going to name one over the other because somebody will get mad at me.
That was good.
But I do all local restaurants. Yeah.
Okay.
We work with a lot of local restaurants. With Operation We Care, we will open a tab at a restaurant and allow the police departments, law enforcement, to go in and eat on their time.
Pecan Square Deli.
Yep, Pecan Square Deli. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So you got that plug in there.
There you go, Steve.
But now we work with local restaurants on projects, catering. We work with an organization out of Pennsylvania doing a 3-day canine event every April in Frontier Town. Canine teams come from all over the country, and we use a local restaurant to cater that event. And
no franchises. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, nothing against the franchises because, if you remember, local people work at the franchises, so, they have their place in the world too. But as a small business owner, hey, my heart's with the mom and pop shops.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. All right. Well, Councilman Merritt, thank you again for coming on Bridging the Gap. I'm looking forward to having you back and you telling me definitely whether you're running or not.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. This has been Bridging the Gap. Have a great one.